Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Steve. This is the Phantom Show, and welcome back. I apologize for not uploading any videos over the past couple months. Certainly not the way I planned it, but life got crazy, things happened, and I just couldn't do it as much as I would have liked to do it. But I'm back here now. I'm healthy. I'm ready to go. I hope you guys are willing to hop back on the horse, keep riding with me, because got a bunch of fun things planned coming up. There's obviously a whole slate of new movies, TV shows coming out through the summer and into the fall to keep me plenty busy. So let's go ahead and get back at it. I figured what better way to jump back in than by giving my thoughts on the first two episodes of the Disney Star Wars series Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I think that outside of what I'll call the big three, which would be Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, and Darth Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi is probably the most iconic character in the Star Wars universe. He's been there, of course, since the original movie. He was played masterfully by Alec Guinness in the original trilogy, and then, of course, he was brought back to life in the prequels by Ewan McGregor. Of course, if you ask Star Wars fans, their feelings about the prequels is always very mixed. But generally speaking, the one of the compliments that is usually brought out about them is the performance of Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's almost always considered to be one of the high points of that prequel trilogy, and rightfully so. He did an outstanding job bringing new life into that character, and also at the same time paying tribute to what Alec Guinness had done with it in the past. So here we are, much further in the future, and Ewan is reprising his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Interesting fact, there were 16 years between Return of the Jedi and Episode 1 in 1999. It's been about the same length of time since Revenge of the Sith, which was the last time we saw Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and this Disney Plus series that just debuted a few days ago. So it's a lot of time has passed. Now, The Phantom Menace wasn't the first Star Wars movie that released in my lifetime, but I was like a year and a half old in 1983. So The Phantom Menace was the first one that I really got to experience and get wrapped up in the hype for and go see in the theaters and all that. So it does hold a very soft spot in my heart. Obviously, it's far from perfect. There are some things that I can't stand about it. Jar Jar. But it's always been a movie that I enjoy watching. Despite its weak points, I do enjoy watching it. This is my Darth Maul action figure from Episode 1. This is an original figure, by the way, over 20 years old now. I picked it up at a Comic Con a few years back. It's one of my favorite pieces of my Star Wars collection, along with my Billy D. Williams autograph, which is partially obscured behind me there. That was a lot of fun. So, Obi-Wan Kenobi, jumping back into it. I really liked the first episode, how they portrayed the isolation of Obi-Wan not only being stuck on Tatooine, but having to abandon his life as a Jedi, keep a low profile, basically fit in as a commoner, for lack of a better term, because his mission, as given to him by Yoda at the end of Episode 3, was to protect Luke. And so, in order to do that, of course, he had to stay alive, which means that he had to keep a low profile so he wasn't hunted and or killed by multiple people in the galaxy who would love to eliminate one of the last Jedi for money and fame and everything else that comes with it. The second episode I thought was a little more traditional actiony kind of Star Wars. Not bad, but a little more, for lack of a better term, paint by numbers. I do like the young girl they have playing Princess Leia. I think it's a great casting choice. She looks a little bit like Carrie Fisher, and she's definitely done a good job matching Carrie Fisher's attitude. Of course, we're talking about a child actress here, so it's not going to be a perfect performance, but I think all things considered, she's done an absolutely fabulous job. Happy to see Jimmy Smits back as Bail Organa, and if you missed it, there was a cameo in episode 2 where Timur Morrison is playing a veteran clone trooper who's panhandling on the streets by Obi-Wan Kenobi, and by the way, Obi-Wan does give him some money. Timur Morrison is better known for playing Boba Fett in the recent series The Book of Boba Fett, but he also played Jango Fett and all the clone troopers in the prequel trilogy. So that was a really fun little callback to that trilogy early on in the show. So the first two episodes we've gotten, I've been happy with. I like the storyline with the Inquisitors. I'm hoping that as the series progresses, there'll be a few more twists and turns. But again, I'm happy with what I've seen so far. I think it's a good way to bring the character back into some action. There's certainly some things I have to respect with the way things go into episode 4, that is A New Hope, but I think they can work around that and still come up with a pretty entertaining story. It is fun to see Darth Vader back again. Of course, we got our first glimpse of him at the end of episode 2, and there is going to be more of him in the series. I believe, if I remember correctly, there's going to be another lightsaber duel between Vader and Obi-Wan, so I hope that's going to be as epic as I think that it might be. one other thing about this series, and I've kept myself from Googling it because I don't want to spoil it for myself, but I do hope at some point that Qui-Gon Jinn makes an appearance as a Force Ghost. I don't know for certain that it's going to happen, but it would be really cool as it did, especially seeing how when Obi-Wan went into seclusion, Yoda said to have this training for it. It was how to become a Force Ghost, which Qui-Gon had learned and wanted to pass on. Of course, we know from the original Star Wars trilogy that Obi-Wan Kenobi does learn how to become a Force Ghost because that's how he presents himself to Luke in episodes 4 and 5. Excuse me, 5 and 6. So again, really hoping for a Qui-Gon Jinn appearance. I was hoping for one in the sequel trilogy, 7, 8, 9. Didn't happen, but I'm hopeful that it might happen this time. It might not. Even if it doesn't, I'll probably still be happy with the show overall. But that is something that I would really like to see. So Obi-Wan Kenobi, off to a great start. Coming up here on the Phantom Show, I'm going to do the review of the Book of Boba Fett. And I'm also going to do the review of the first part of Season 4 of Stranger Things. And then we're about 10 days out from Jurassic Park Dominion hitting theaters. And I'm going to be doing a review of that as well as some other stuff. So keep it right here. I love you guys. I thank you so much for watching. And I will be back before you know it.